I am not even exaggerating. Nintendo finally has a kart racing competitor. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is the perfectly timed right hook knockout on the egotistical, almighty, greedy Nintendo. Hey guys, it's Walker. I'm not sponsored, and today I'm going to give you my honest review on Sega's newest attempt into the kart racing genre. I and many others have seen the trailers leading up to this game, and to be quite honest, I'm amazed.
What? Hatsuremiku! What? Downloading! But, what? What?
I know, those are just trailers, but let me try to set the stage on why this is so important. This is not Sega's first attempt at this genre. Matter of fact, they've been doing this for years. They have tried many and many times before to get something going, and unfortunately, nothing has ever stuck. The only person in their way? Nintendo. The Mario Kart franchise has held this genre's title now for decades. Within those decades, though, they got comfortable. Way too comfortable. And that was in the plans for Sega all along. As we all know, Nintendo recently dropped Mario Kart Worlds, and good lord, that game is awful. From Mario Kart 8, the highest selling Switch game of all time, by the way, to that disaster piece. That is a fumble on another planet. I don't even know how that was possible. And if I'm Sega, I'm taking advantage of that. Now I'm going to be showing footage of me opening up the game and playing the tutorial Grand Prix. I got to play this game 3 days early because I bought the deluxe edition. So this is, gameplay I just got recorded and just went over, and I gathered my thoughts, and now here I am. What I did like about the game is I loved the colors. This game is very vibrant. It's very fast-paced looking. It's very visually appealing. I don't feel tired on any map. I don't feel a sense of dread. It's very colorful, and everything in the map is very, very detailed. In maps, I should say, is very, very detailed, which I can 100% respect. But to be completely honest, I didn't really like the maps. I liked some of them, but there were some that were almost I would never ever play again type of deal. But I'll get into that when I start talking about the cons. The next thing I want to talk about is the customization of karts. You can quite literally change every single thing about your character, your kart, and how it performs in its stats alone. There are stats for this game, so not everything is going to be, perfectly meta. You could, I guess, technically get the worst, least optimized vehicle possible. That's a thing that can happen, and if it looks cool to you, that's unfortunate, right? But I think this is a good step in the kart racing genre because it allows replayability and uniqueness to every single match you queue into, right? Because there will be meta, like how there was in Mario Kart 8, there will be, but I'm sure that with changes and how fast they're going to be updating the game with how much stuff they're bringing in, things are going to change. So that is a good sign, and that's healthy for the game that you're not going to be playing against the same things every single time. You're not going to be, this isn't a Mario Kart Wii lobby where you're only playing against Funky Kong and Flam Runners, right? You're going to be playing against different vehicles, different parts, different abilities, different characters, right? So this is a very good pro in my opinion because it brings replayability to the game. I feel like you can play a million matches in Mario Kart Wii and you will feel like you've played the same match a million times in a row. But if you're in this game, you don't know what's going to change, right? Because there's different abilities for your character. There's different kart combos, so some cars are going to be faster with different parts on them. You can customize the spoilers, the wheels. You can even put logos and change the entire colors of the cars. That is a huge pro, a huge pro. Not only can you customize your kart really distinctly, but that new build you just made, you can match it with a plethora of characters we have at launch and coming to the game. There is a good chunk of the Sonic IP already in the game available for you to race as, and not only that, they're pulling from other IPs outside of Sonic to put them in the game as notable racers. This is like a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate moment for the game. And this is an extreme leg up for Sega because Mario Kart World is using strictly Nintendo IP for their characters. So they have to pull from the absolute bottom of the barrel to get people into the game, while Sonic and Sega, they can get anyone from anywhere. Joker from Persona is coming to the game. Minecraft Steve, Patrick and SpongeBob. Aang from Avatar, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are coming to the game, and many more. And for crying out loud, in the game right now, Hatsune Miku is in the game right now. I'm going to interview someone that is extremely well versed in this culture on their opinion on her being in the game entirely.
Hi, I'm Coopsworth, apparently the Vocaloid ambassador for this video, and I'm here to tell you what I think Hatsune Miku being in CrossWorlds will do for the game as a whole. I think it's going to sell more copies just flat out. People love Miku, Japan loves Miku, worldwide loves Miku. People will buy this game just to play as Hatsune Miku in a car. Like, that's how it's going to be. And in a time where Mario Kart Worlds is really lackluster in its roster when it comes to having other IPs, there's no more Splatoon, there's no more Link, there's no more Zelda. I think this is a great chance for Sega to kind of get a leg up on them, having Joker, having Minecraft, and having Hatsune Miku. In my opinion, I think Mario Kart Worlds being so mixed and being on the Switch 2 is really going to play to its downfall. And while CrossWorlds will be on PC and pretty much everything else, I think it's going to sell a lot more copies out the gate than Worlds will for quite a while. Not saying it's because of Miku, but I'm very happy that she is in this game, and I cannot wait to drive as her.
Having a character with that big of a chokehold on multiple countries throughout the world is very, very good for this game and the amount of people that will actually play it. But I digress. Let's stop talking about customization. Let's talk about something else. Another thing I really liked about the game is the music. The music is very, very vibrant. Now, I don't know if it's Mario Kart Wii good, but it's pretty good. It's not, boring. There's no songs that I was hearing that were like ticking me off, like, God, like, I need to turn that off. I think the music was really, really, really helpful. It kept me engaged in racing because it's that racing type of music. It's not like, there's not like a Mozart piano going on in the background. I'm not falling asleep while I'm at the wheel, right? I'm like, it's vibrant, techno, fast, blah, blah, blah in my ear, which is great because I'm in a cart and I'm flying through the sky and I'm in the jet ski. Like, yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear something upbeat. And so I think the music is really, really good. Let's talk about mechanics. I think the driving in this game is alright. I'm not going to put it in con because I think it's good enough and unique enough to be a pro, but I also don't think it's too good or too great. It's very drift-centric because the maps force you to be drift-centric, which I'll get into because I don't like the maps, but I think the driving feels smooth. It feels good. Hitting people feels smooth, feels good. There's not a bunch of rattle and shake and drift stops and everything, and there's no hops and everything like that, so I think it's pretty good. It's not too techy. It's something everyone can pick up and learn. It's not that bad. Another mechanic I really enjoyed was the CrossWorlds. Whoever leads the race gets to pick the next part of the map you're playing on, which is extremely important because it adds to replay value and adds to uniqueness of every map. Now, of course, the person in the front can pick probably out of the two maps that they get to choose their favorite. If it's one that they like or it's a random, they can probably just pick the one they race the best on, which is kind of, okay, because that means first place has a chance of staying in first place. But I think it's a really good mechanic, and I don't see any people complaining about it, and I don't think you should because it's genuinely, it's a part of the game. It's what it's there for. Another thing I really liked is the tricks. I think the tricks bring sort of like a Mario Party kind of deal. Like, they're really unique. It reminds me of the Luigi snowboard game on Mario Party, and I think it's pretty cool. They don't feel too clunky, but they serve a purpose, and they serve a good purpose. It's not just clicking the bumper and you do one automated trick, whatever your stick's put in. It's you having to flick your stick in a certain direction to perform a certain type of trick to get a value of nitro boost in your car, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think you can really hate on that. I think it's just aura farming and it's style points, really. But obviously the boost of, nitro when you hit the ground after you do a trick is also why you would do it entirely, but I don't think you could really complain about it. It's a good part of the game, a good mechanic, I would say. And for the last thing that I can say is a pretty good pro is the Pre's Redux. I think having 3 maps and the 4th map be an amalgamation of the 3 you just played on is extremely valuable for replayability and for uniqueness in every map and every time you play into an online or with your friends. I think the party system with your friends is also really good. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, the party system with your friends is really good. It's really easy to play with your buddies, so that's also a plus. But I think the pre-Redux is very, very new. It feels great. It doesn't feel kind of bad, and it allows you to enjoy the maps you actually just played on instead of playing on 4 maps back to back, and your 4th map is basically the decider of who wins first place or not. And now let's talk about the cons, the stuff I didn't really enjoy about the game. And no, I'm not hating, I just think that these things are not that great compared to other entries into the racing genre. And we can begin with the maps. There is a good chunk of maps in this game that I absolutely will never play or purposely pick ever again. There are way too many hazards on a lot of these maps. There's too many sharp turns. There is way too much off-road next to turns that make it look like you can actually go onto the off-road and it's a part of the map, but it's actually not because, you know, why not? There is too many alterations of your vehicle type. I don't really enjoy when you switch from a jet ski to a fighter jet to a car back to back to back to back 30 times in one map. I think that's really just awkward and doesn't feel too good to play on because those kind of feel like cutscenes almost when you're actually supposed to be racing. And they also make it, you know, way less competitive than actual racing on the floor. And a lot of the maps have way too many items. Way too many items. Items come back way too fast from spawning. And there are too many items entirely to pick up. Not that there's too many options of items. There are too many items. Item spawners. Way too many. This game is so chaotic. If you are not dodging hazards to save your life, or you are not flying off the side of the map because turns are too sharp, you are getting hit by a million different items all of the time. That is a 100% guarantee on all of these maps. And that I can't get with that. That's not competitive racing. And on the idea of talking about too many item spawners, let's talk about the items themselves. There are too many auto-targeting items. There is the normal rocket or punch, I think is what it is, that so as long as you are looking at them, it will auto-lock if you click the button. And then there's the guaranteed, I guess, red shell of the game that is an auto-lock. There is a saw blade that is an auto-lock. There is a phantasmal ghost that comes down and slams tornadoes everywhere that not only will hit first place, but hit everyone around them. There is a block that comes out of nowhere from a portal and fucking squishes you. It's too much. There's too many auto-targeting, no skill, no aiming, no nothing. There is a banana, like the banana in the game, which is a block, a spike block, and there's a bomb. It's not as good as the bomb you're thinking of from Mario Kart, but it's a bomb. Those I can respect. Those are your banana peels and those are your bombs. But what the hell? What else is there? Like, it's just auto-targeting BS. There's a coin generator, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. There's a zipper that kind of like zips you and teleports you through the map, which is fine. There is an auto drill thing, like you're basically just bullet bill, which is cool. There's a big mushroom, but I guess it's a turbo, mechanic, whatever. So you get all big and you're a monster truck and you run over people. That's fine. I don't care. And then there's the first place one, which is that stupid fucking ghost. I don't, that ghost is dumb. The items are dumb. They're just dumb. We're too close together because the track isn't wide enough. And there's too many sharp turns, so you're running into people all the time. There's a damn tornado on your character, too, that you can also put out. I forgot to mention that one. That since you're already all together, with each other in a herd anyway, because the track is so tight together, you're going to hit someone with that. There's just too many items that auto-target. There's no skill. There's no real green shell. There's no boomerang. There's no fireball. It's too easy. Way too easy to hit someone. But anyway, let me get off. Let me stop talking about that stuff. Let's talk about online. Online is bad. It's savable, but it's bad. I don't know if it's because I'm the beginner ranks, because there's a ranking system for who you're getting matched with. So there's like almost a hidden elo, I guess, for who you're getting matched with, and it's not just random people. But in the footage I'm going to show in multiple pictures, there is 9 bots in my game. These are not real people racing against me. And there are probably 3 other real people in the game with me, or maybe even 2, or maybe 4 real people racing with me. I don't know if this is an issue because I'm playing early access or because I'm a low rank, but bots in a racing game is dumb. That is bad. That is, I don't even really know how to word that without being a prick. That is lazy. I don't even need to continue. You guys know People complain about it in Fortnite. Think of that. Think of Fortnite, but a racing game. Fortnite has a racing game, but think of Fortnite as a racing game. There's just too many bots. Get rid of the bots. We don't. There's people I want to play against. I don't want to play against these artificial human beings with no uniqueness, running default cards, default characters, picking default. I don't want to see that. Let me see the community. I think the map voting in the menu and the queuing is fine. I ran into only really one error, but that was probably just from me or something. But other than that, I played online a lot. I played a good amount of time. I won my first online match, and it took a while, but I was very frustrated winning that match because not only do I know that it really does mean nothing because I'm playing against bots, but the amount of BS I had to deal with on the maps and the abilities and everything made it so, like, I was so tired getting that win that I was kind of like left wanting more, but not wanting more of the game, wanting more of like a break almost, because it was that hard to get a win. And that might be a skill issue. Hey, you know, whatever, might be a skill issue, but I found it very unenjoyable getting that win, like, entirely. And my last complaint for the game is Sega. I'm confused. I'm not confused. I'm angry. Where is Shadow's bike? Why are you so hesitant to give this man his motorcycle? I fucking can't stand it. Why am I in a Lamborghini? Why? Where is my sick-ass motorcycle? I'm not playing around. This better be a DLC pack. Where is my motorcycle? In all seriousness, though, I would give this game the Walker rating of an 8 out of 10. I think there are things that are keeping it from being a perfect game or an amazing game. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's mid. I don't think it's bad, but there are definitely things holding it back, such as the maps being too crazy and the item spawn rate being way too high. I would recommend this game if you have other friends that want to buy it. I think it's a good beef settler. It's a good replacement for the new Mario Kart entry because they can't just crap another one out really fast to make up for their mistake to fix World. So this is probably going to sit as, you know, number one for a little bit until they do something to World or they change it entirely. So that's good. I think Sega has this one in the bag. I don't think they can really fumble this unless they do something really dumb, but of course we don't know that till it happens. So I think this game's good. I give it an 8 out of 10. I really miss doing these review videos because I think it's really, it challenges me on a level to force me to give something a good analysis and go over the stuff that I actually believe in and the values I put into video games because I like them so much. So I'm very, very privileged to say thank you for allowing me to do this and allowing me to post this stuff. If you enjoyed this review, go check out my other ones I've done in the past. If you enjoyed this type of content or the jokes I make, go check out all of my other stuff. I post a lot on this channel. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you made it to the end, a special thank you to you. Shout out Coopsworth, who is the guy I interviewed in this video. I'm going to put all this stuff on the screen and in the description below. If you want to go check him out, go check him out. He's a really cool dude. He has good takes. He plays a lot of cool games and streams a lot. So go check him out. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Sometimes I get stuck inside my head, and I could give a fuck about what you said.